Happy New Year. It's 2019. Time of reflection. All right, I've been really going through things in my mind, and really what's been happening is what would I tell my 18-year-old self? Um, I'm 29 now, and I've learned what I like, what I don't like, and it's definitely a new chapter forming. And I remember when I was a teenager, around 15, 16, kind of dealing with some things and getting drunk, getting high, and it was fun, but underneath that it was a confusion, not knowing my place in the world and all these different kind of things. And I remember my dad saying, he's like, somewhere around 30 things just start panning out, and to a certain degree that's true because of the greater self-awareness. But right now, so when I reflect on my experiences, when was I the most happy? And I reflect on times being in nature with a backpack, in the mountains and swimming in lakes and being around like-minded people. And, I'm a little bit different now, but, just like I was a hippie traveler for a little bit and, sitting around fires and national forests and parks and just a sense of freedom and liberation, and so as you get older, financial pressures can sink in, and if you're in college or thinking about college, I would recommend really thinking about that step before you take it, because I didn't think anything about it. I'm like, yeah, you graduate high school and you go to college. That's just the way it goes, so definitely think about that one. Maybe you want to take a year to travel, maybe go to a community college, get your prerequisites done. But I know people want the experience, so, everything's more clear in hindsight, as they say, looking back, So now the key now is how can I make money online so I can live anywhere I want, So when I was traveling, and I've been to a number of places. I've been to, upstate New York, Colorado, Utah, California, Hawaii, Costa Rica, Bali, Indonesia, Mexico. And, again, the highlights are, taking this 5-hour hike. It was called to Waimanu, to this like secluded little beach. And that was amazing. And then, hiking in Mount Shasta, so I see that. So like, how can I make that a reality? And there's other pressures, just societal pressures. Thinking about maybe marriage and kids, settling down. There's a certain sense of like wanting to settle down. So if you're in your late teens, early 20s, I'm telling you, that's the time to really travel. And people are telling me that, use this time to really travel, because who knows when you're going to have kids. That can be accidental sometimes. And, maybe you want to get married someday and have a house. I don't know what your goals are. But if your goal is to be able to travel and not worry about money and have these experiences, then I highly recommend looking into what you can do online to make money. I've been researching it for the past year now. Started with network marketing, there's affiliate marketing, there's just the whole field of digital marketing, which covers a lot. Email marketing, content marketing, making videos. Also really like making videos. I've been making these kind of style videos for a while, mainly for my personal reasons. It's just therapeutic to, speak what's on your mind. So what else I was thinking of is some of the hurdles that you may face. Now, jumping from one thing to another. I have the terrible habit of that, shiny object syndrome. Oh, maybe this is going to be a thing. Oh, maybe that's going to be the thing. So you want to do your best to try to focus on one thing. For me, it's so hard. And one thing I've actually been trying to get into is the nootropics, which can be used for focus, mental clarity, cognitive enhancement. Because if you're in college, kids take Adderall to study all night. And, I did that, and it was kind of terrible. I felt like crap. Yeah, I was able to get some papers done, but it just felt really bad. So I've been messing around with nootropics for the past couple weeks now, and I really like the effects. Definitely more focus. I feel more articulate in my speech and in my writing, more accurate actually in my typing. But anyway, that's a side note. So, but that is an example. So if you're really, into the gym or going just into fitness and diet and all those things, those are things that could be profitable for you. And for me as a rapper, I thought that was just a kind of a phase for me, but I still rap to this day, and again, mostly for personal reasons, but a part of me is like, oh, what if I could monetize on that? And another thing is me being really anti-establishment in my teens throughout my 20s. I don't want a 9-to-5 job. I don't want to, follow society standards, and I'm at a point now where I'm kind of like seeing that some things make sense, but, if I'm talking back to my 18-year-old self, my 20-year-old self, these are just seeds I'm planting for you, So, I was about to take it was Final Cut Pro class. This is one of my biggest regrets, actually, oddly enough, is I was going to take a Final Cut Pro class because I wanted to make videos for YouTube. And this was years ago. This was when I was still in, I was probably like 20 or 19. And I didn't end up taking the class because someone laughed at me because that's what I wanted to do. But if I would have been consistent with that and making videos, I'd be making probably a higher quality video than I am making right now. I hope this content's good for you, but at the same time, I could have been making awesome videos and been a YouTuber because they done monetize that. Some people are getting serious money making awesome videos, and you see these people, they're like traveling, you got the laptop, you can't lie, it looks pretty awesome, I don't need a Lamborghini, but I might just flex on someone just to get the Lamborghini, just to show them that it's possible, because that's the attention grabber. But for me, and this is my little twist, is that I've been deeply into my spiritual practice for probably since I was 18, 19. I've lived at different monasteries. I did a whole year of Zen training, and because my quest was enlightenment, I'm like, none of this material crap is ever going to give me the fulfillment that I really seek. And I think that's true. I think that's true, but money somehow eases things, okay? So there's nothing compared to having a soul fulfillment. It's just feeling fulfilled, like when you're doing your art or doing whatever brings you fulfillment. There's nothing that can really replace that. And so it's this giant balancing act. And, I'm still trying to figure it out as far as if you're a person like me that has many different interests, it can be hard to focus on a niche, so that's what they really say is focus on a niche. For me, that's really hard to do. So, I'm still trying to figure that out. And again, that goes back to the jumping around to different things. So if I had to go back and tell my 18-year-old self something, I'd say take that video course so you know how to edit videos like a pro and you make cool YouTube videos, music videos, travel videos, whatever. And start looking at ways you can make money online. And if you are in college, you want the safety of that college degree, start doing what you want to do in college. Like say you're an aspiring musician. Take that seriously, okay? Take the hobby and make it into something more professional, getting management, getting branding, marketing. If you really want to be a musician, then, you got to be professional about it. And, while you're in college, you have that window. So those are just a couple things that have been on my mind, and just kind of sharing my journey, and so as I'm trying to get money and relieve that kind of financial stress, still trying to stay deeply connected to God and having time for nature, friends, family, so I think balance is kind of a myth maybe, but I still strive for it, still strive for focusing on my health, focusing on my wealth, education, learning something new, spiritual connection, friends, family, social life. So it's a lot to handle, but I'm right with you in the struggle. And it's 2019, it's a new year, so new energy coming into it, and just wish the best of luck to you. Dimension out.